Welcome to the Bucket List Buster Travel Show. Your Bucket List Buster Travel Show helps you make your bucket list dreams come true. Host Karen Duncan spent decades running the travel business. She, along with other industry experts, share their knowledge, travel stories, and wisdom about how to travel, where to travel, and how to have a stress-free adventure. Tune in, give yourself permission to focus on yourself, create lifelong memories with families and friends, and finally learn to relax, rejuvenate, and reconnect. And here's the host of your show, Karen Duncan.
Aloha, buenos dias, ni hao, yahate, bula, guten tag, bonjour, jumbo, boa tarde, everything's Irie, and good afternoon. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Hello, you bucket list busters. How are you doing this wonderful Thursday? I want to start off by apologizing for last week. I did not have a show. I didn't make arrangements to repeat a show. We have a family emergency going on, and we had to abruptly leave Panama to head to Detroit to help with the situation, and we are still here in Detroit, so I will be doing the show here this week and maybe next week, or from Chicago, one of the two places. But we are in the United States of America, and things happen, and so that's where we are. First, I want to give a shout out to the 4 Points by Sheraton here at the Detroit Airport in Romulus, Michigan. When I tell you they have gone out of their way to help us, it has been amazing. We were staying at another airport starting last Thursday, and we had to move from there because they no longer had availability for us, but we needed to be close to my in-laws' house. So we started looking because Mitchell is a loyalty member of Marriott. I highly suggest that you become a loyalty member of some hotel and airline chain. But anyway, so we called at the last minute to find a hotel, and we decided on the 4 Points here in Romulus, and called them and asked. This was like Monday. We needed to be out on Monday. So we made the reservation online, and then called and asked if they were going to have a room available early, if there was any way we could check in early because we needed to get out. They said yes, of course. So we got here. Of course, the room was available. Heather and her team at the front desk were amazing, very cordial, very nice, and we got checked in, no problem. Then today I asked, is there a way that I could do my podcast from a private room? Mitchell's not feeling all that well. My mother-in-law is not that well, so we're limiting the amount of time that we spend at the house because we don't want to make her sick, and my sister-in-laws. And they immediately said yes. The manager came out, and Heather went and asked if I could use a room, and they put me in this beautiful conference room, and I'm able to do my podcast from here today. And I just want to tell you that I'm so appreciative of a organization having the wherewithal and the initiative to continue what we've known as great customer service. Even at the restaurant, there's a restaurant here. We've been in for drinks, we've been in for food, and everybody has been just super over the top nice to us. And, that's without them knowing that the stressors that we're going through right now. So I just want to give a super shout out to 4 Points by Sheraton here in Romulus, Michigan, which is right at the airport. DTW is the airport code. if you have to come in and stay close, I want you to give these folks an opportunity. Plus, I forgot to tell you, I've been working out, going to the gym. The gym is one of the nicest gyms that I've been to in a very long time in a hotel. So I really, really, really want you to give these people some love. Thank you so much, Sheraton and Marriott and Four Points and the folks here that have been accommodating to us. We really appreciate you a lot. And with that, let's say thank you to the listeners, you wonderful, wonderful listeners out there that have been following me. I'm getting lots of love here recently. I think this is, we're hitting a stride, and I appreciate that. I guess I didn't introduce myself. I am Karen Duncan, your host of Your Bucket List Buster. And I have lots of years in the industry, in the travel and tourism industry, as well as a adjunct professor at a community college in Austin, Texas. And so I appreciate good customer service. So I got excited about being able to talk about that. But anyway, so who's listening? United States, Canada, Panama, Spain, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, United Kingdom, Germany, and France. And by city, I want to give a shout out to Ketchikan. Whoop, whoop. That's because of the Stony Moose. I appreciate you guys out there at the Stony Moose. That we did a show on cannabis tourism, and Colby Rose was our speaker, and she's got folks listening in Ketchikan, Alaska, Panama City, Panama, my new home, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Erie, PA, Halifax, Canada. Hey guys in Halifax, Chicago. Thank you. I know those are my family and friends showing me some love. Vancouver, Canada. Austin, Texas. That's my second home. Beverly Hills, Florida. Love you guys. And Anchorage, Alaska. Thanks so much for listening to Your Bucket List Buster. We've got some great things coming up in the near future. I'm working on some new episodes that we'll be including, and new formatting. And we're this year, starting from here on out, is going to be an amazing ride, and I want you to tell all your friends and family about Your Bucket List Buster. So let's talk about my thought for the week. I haven't done a thought for the week like this in a long time. But I told you I've got something going on with a family emergency. My mother-in-law is not doing very well. And we had to leave abruptly in order to come here. And I'm sure lots of you out there have had situations like that. And as we reach this season in our lives where our parents are getting older, and as we're getting older, so this is even for you young people that are listening whose parents will one day, you'll be going through this with your parents one day. So we had to leave and come to Detroit. Everyone has known that Detroit was on a decline for a long time, and throughout the years that I've been coming here, some 20 years, I've seen the changes. I've seen the downfall, and I'm happy to tell you that Detroit looks good. It's on the way back up. Downtown is fantastic. Lots of people moving into downtown. We do have some gentrification where, you know, it used to be minorities lived closer to the city, and now that's not so much the case, but they've moved out to the suburbs out here where my family members are living, and even out here in Romulus where we are staying right now. My husband was just making a comment that when he moved out, when he lived in this area, this was farmland, and now it's beautiful homes and hotels and attractions. So Detroit is on the comeback, and in fact, I'm going to have an interview with a long-time Detroitan. I guess that's what you would call them. He's been here all his life. We're going to have a conversation next week, so we can talk about some of the things that are going on with Detroit. Some of the ways it's growing, it's coming back. In fact, some of the things that, you know, we were talking, my sisters-in-laws and I, and decided that while we're here, I need to see some things, see some parts of Detroit that I've not seen, and so we plan to go. There's a Star Trek conference or some type of activity here at one of the museums, at the Henry Ford Museum, and we're planning to go there probably tomorrow so that I can be a part of that. Now, I'm not a Trekkie, but my sisters-in-law and my husband are Trekkies, and so I'm going to go and I'm going to enjoy the moment, and I get to go to the Henry Ford Museum. One of the other things I've wanted to do while I'm here is I'd like to go to the Motown Museum and take a look at the start of R&B. Lots of stuff to do here. So I will be telling you some other things about Detroit and the Midwest. Since I'm here, I'm making good of a bad situation. There are blessings in adversity. That's one of my mottos. I believe there are blessings in adversity. So we're here because of adverse situations, but we're going to make the best of it. We've enjoyed some great family time with my husband's cousins, and we're just enjoying each other's space and loving on one another as we go through what considered a little bit of a hard time, but life is good. So what else are we going to have? Well, lots of travel news this week due to summer travel. Lots of activity going on with what's happening every week, every day. I'm getting bombarded with some new stuff that's coming across the wire about travel news, like cruise ships canceling. Now they're back in Puerto Rico, top travel destinations, and what time you should go during the year for travel trends. And then I'm going to be featuring a new episode called Cannabis Corner, since the cannabis tourism episode was one of my largest, most frequently listened to episodes. And so I'm going to try to start highlighting those topics that you guys out there are listening to that are very interested. The other one is about being an expat. So we'll have some more episodes about being an expat and living abroad. So I'll be talking about cannabis in Detroit, because guess what? There is cannabis in Detroit. And as the United States and Canada start legalizing small amounts of marijuana and cannabis products, people are interested. So I'm gonna keep doing the tourism thing. I'm all about tourism. We're also gonna have an episode coming up about wellness travel. I think I've done that in the past, but I haven't done it in a long time. So we'll be talking about wellness travel, because that's another really huge trend right now. So I'm going to take a quick break. I'm so happy that you joined me today. Thank you for tolerating my inconsistency. But this is going to be a good show. I love you guys for listening. And this is Karen Duncan, your host, and I shall be back in a minute.
Why stay local when you can go global?
It's gonna be free right about now.
With Norwegian Cruise Line, you can shift out of traffic and into vacation mode. Before you know it, you'll be free at sea. What is free at sea? It's your choice of up to 5 free offers, like free unlimited open bar, free shore excursions, and more. So sail to the Caribbean, Alaska, or Hawaii and vacay your way, only on Norwegian.
To book your Norwegian cruise, contact Peaks Cruises and Tours at 512-529-3696 today. Welcome back to your Bucket List Buster. Karen Duncan here, your host. Now's the time to talk about specials. That's right, it's summertime. People are in the middle of vacation or whatever, doing whatever you're doing this summer. But it's not too late to take advantage of some great specials. In fact, a lot of the tour companies, cruise lines, destinations, everybody is offering sales, because they're starting to looking at the end of the year and where their sales are in comparison to last year or whatever. So they're starting to see what they have available, what they need to sell, and you get to be the benefactor of that. So what's happening right now? Book by July 23rd.